As today we're talking about feminine and masculine polarities and those energies within us, remember that I have my ebook that is all about getting your shit together and thrive, and you have both of that feminine and masculine qualities infused in that ebook, where you'll learn to have the sense of direction and purpose and clarity about your dreams, and also bringing the magical work and the pleasure into place so that they come together and you get exactly what you want, and you're thriving and you're so happy and you're feeling so juicy, so activated, so turned on by your own magnificence, by your life, by life in general. Tapped in, turned on, everything in you is activated. Your full potential is activated. And that's completely for free. Completely for free in the description below. Let's jump right into it. How to access inner union. What is inner union? How you can marry yourself within yourself so you develop your sense of self-love and expansion, and you find this sweet harmony between your inner masculine and your inner feminine. That's what we're talking about in today's video. I am so happy to welcome you back. My name is Lika. If you're new here, I'm a coach and a mentor. I'm here to help you live a more empowered, pleasurable, fulfilling life. I am so happy to have you for the subject of today, because today is going to be an invitation for you to taste the textures and the flavors of your inner masculine and your inner feminine, maybe in a way that you haven't experienced before. Almost as cute and exciting as the fact that Shetting is just right behind me. And I had to start this video like it's the fourth time that I'm trying to record it. I'm just getting so distracted by her presence because she's so cute and she's doing nothing. She's literally just sleeping. How can you not melt? And that's part of what we're going to talk about today, how you can melt into your feminine and how you can use your masculine to really empower yourself, go after your dreams, make shit happen, the connection with manifestation. Anyway, all of it, all of the juiciness of life and my favorite subjects in the world. So first of all, this is not you listening to me talking. This is you exploring within yourself how it feels like to be in your masculine and how it feels like to be in your feminine. You've probably heard those terms before, and if you haven't, just know that every single breathing, living person on this earth has both energies within. It's beyond genders, so just know that you have both of those energies within. And I think there is a lot of confusion around what masculine and feminine energies are, for the simple reason that we usually tend to think masculine is the go achievement, or the oppression, the control that we experience in our patriarchal societies, versus the feminine that is like the creative and the loving and whatever. In my programs, I love to talk about 4 different archetypes, and that's where you find your inner union. That's why those 4 archetypes are important, is because when you start to interact and embody each of those energies within yourself, you can develop what I call inner union, which is basically marrying yourself from within, is having this harmony and this balance of having your energies working in sync. It doesn't mean that they're always equal, that they're always in perfect equilibrium. It just means that there is some dance, like a sweet dance within yourself that works for you, and the percentages and which energy is predominant is depending on what you need and what you choose to express in the world in that specific moment of your life, which changes all the time. Those 4 different archetypes, we have 2 of them that are masculine and 2 of them that are feminine. On the masculine side, we have, let's say, the embodied masculine, the healthy, divine masculine, and we have the wounded masculine. So it's maybe a lower vibration kind of expression of that energy, and there is a higher expression of that energy. towards the feminine, it's the exact same principle. We have the divine feminine and the wounded feminine. So now we have those 4 archetypes. What kind of flavors we can have into it? So on the masculine side, the wounded masculine, which is the overdoing, overthinking, the go-go, the fire, the domination, but over, the forcefulness. Think about this energy like that, like really, really strict, really disconnected from emotions, really strict and rigid. On the divine masculine expression, we have the space holder, the direction, the sense of clarity and purpose, the leader, the protector. I see it as this force that is very deeply grounded. Being grounded is a strong force of the masculine. Mature, grounded, rooted, like a force, something strong. You know, this dense energy that you can lean on. Which leads me to the feminine. The feminine in her wounded expression is, you know, very manipulative and super chaotic, lost in her emotions, super dramatic, very immature, very needy. And in her divine expression of the feminine is the nurture, the love, the aliveness, the ability to open and surrender, the mother archetype, you know, that will nourish with her presence. It's also the creativity, the inspiration, the breath of life, the pleasure. So we have those 4 archetypes in us. And I know we've talked about divine and wounded, but we have to accept all of them if we really desire to thrive. So we're not thinking that, oh, the wounded is so bad and the divine is so good. We're not doing that binary black and white thinking anymore. We're just leaving space for all of it to exist. Of course, what we want is to spend more time in the expression of both our divine masculine and our divine feminine. And really the point of this video is an invitation for you to find those 2 forces within yourself. Because if you're like me in the past, I grew up in my feminine most until I decided to be an entrepreneur and to live like a strong independent woman, and my masculine really kicked in. And I realized that it was what society really praised. Like the masculine qualities are so desirable in those societies. We are in admiration of someone that is hustling and a go-getter and some, you know, those kind of things. I cannot feel my leg anymore. And now I have a cramp. What was I sharing? This is very important in relationships to understand that dynamic of polarity and how those 2 energies are very complementary and how they can really work together. But I really profoundly believe it's important to go through the stages of finding that inner union within ourselves. Because what tends to happen, what happened to me when I was living in my feminine so much, I was craving those masculine qualities in another. Actually, same. Even when I was so in my masculine, I always had that sense of I'm not complete, I'm not whole, and I need to find something externally. And I tend to really lost myself in relationships. I gave my whole heart and soul and really developed codependent patterns in my romantic partnerships. And it's something that I really had to learn how to find this inner union. It actually started when my ex left and I was left brokenhearted, and I had this epiphany one day under the shower as I was healing from heartbreak. I realized what I was doing this whole time and how I've never felt whole, I've never felt complete. And I thought to myself, I'm gonna marry myself. And I'm gonna dive super, super deep in what it means to marry myself. This notion of inner union, not just as a concept, because I think it's super, especially in my industry, you know, I'm surrounded with people that have very similar values and interests. So I talk about self-love and self-care all the time, and especially when you're healing from a heartbreak, right? You want to learn how to love yourself and learn how to be single and good with yourself alone and all of those things. But I wanted to be initiated into that, to be like, if I'm gonna marry, if I'm so willing to love, to give my heart to someone, I want to be able to give it to myself. And what does it mean to be in union? What does it mean to marry myself, to integrate all of those facets of me, all of those aspects that, of course, it goes way beyond masculine and feminine, but understanding those two huge energies within myself and how they can come in union within me really helped and supported me in having a delicious ceremony in Mexico and really marrying myself. And I will probably do a whole separate video about that, about how I married myself and more of the storytelling behind it. I took this thing seriously. I did a lot of different rituals leading to the way of the wedding, and I treated it as an actual wedding, not as a game I was playing to show that I love myself, because it was fucking serious. It was like, I need to be my own partner. I need to crack the code of self-love. I need to know that I can depend on myself, that I can hold myself through it. And I've got a lot of help in this journey as well. One of my mentor, Aleya, she helped me tremendously into really establishing a connection with my inner healthy masculine, because I don't know where you stand on that, but that's my question right now. I want you to ask yourself, where do you spend most of your time? In which energy do you hang out in? For me, it was mostly my wounded masculine. I was an overachiever. I was always overthinking, overdoing, hustling, proving my worth through how much I can produce and how strong I am and how much control I have over myself and my diet and my schedule and all of that. So it was very masculine, wounded masculine. So I spent a lot of time there, and when I was not there, I was spending time in my feminine, and I would say was mostly my divine feminine and also my toxic feminine, but I had no idea at all what it feels like to be in my healthy masculine. I didn't have a healthy masculine within myself at all until a few years back, and that has been extremely beneficial for me to work with a coach that really pushed me into that. We didn't just scratch the surface, we went deep into that. And every time I thought I was done with this work and that I'm like, okay, got it, she was pushing me to go even deeper and further in really learning to hold myself, to show up with integrity and responsibility, to take ownership for myself. That was a whole deep exploration. It was beautiful. It is something, this idea of inner union started way before working with this specific mentor, but it is something that she came in when I was a few months before the actual wedding, because it took more than a year for me to prepare this wedding and this inner union within. So anyway, I had no clue. So I'm wondering, I'm asking you, I think it's important for you, where do you hang out the most in your energies? Which one is predominant? It's something you feel. Do you spend a lot of time in your creativity, in your pleasure, in relaxing? Is it easy for you to surrender, to be in connection, to dance, to stop to smell the roses, to paint, just to be in that feminine expression? Or are you very rigid and you know exactly where you're going and or do you feel very balanced? You have both energies flowing through your system. And now, how to develop that inner union. Step number 1 is commitment. Is really deciding that you're gonna commit to yourself, that you're gonna find this inner union, that no matter where you are right now, it's okay. You are the way you are because you had to be this way up until this point. But now you want to go deeper in that union. You want to really taste the flavors. It tastes so good. It tastes so fucking delicious to be in harmony between those polarities within yourself. Let me tell you, this is divine. This is so good. So you even if you have a sense of harmony and balance, you can always dig deeper. You can always have more of this, which is fucking phenomenal. It's amazing. So committing to that, committing to accepting where you are right now, accepting your starting point today after watching this video, and deciding to explore. It's something that is not really something you can learn in a book. It's not something you can learn at the end of this video. You have a step-by-step plan. Even though I'm trying to deliver that to you, this is so intimate and personal. Only you can know what it feels. Only you can experience those different flavors and how it really feels in your body. Second step is the exploration through your body. That's what I'm talking about. So you commit to yourself, you commit to explore that. You do those vows to yourself that you are complete, you are whole, you can self-source and you can find and access this dance within yourself. Then you want to experience it through your body. In my online program, Becoming Her, there is a whole section on that. We go through everything that I just shared with you. And the embodiment practice, because we always want to bring it at a somatic level, at the level of experiencing those concepts in your body, in your nervous system, in your organs, and how it feels like, the emotions that are linked to it. Because you are very intelligent. You know a lot of things. You can learn a lot on YouTube. Until you go out and experience it with your whole system, it's just knowledge in your head. It's not your innate power, your innate wisdom. But when you experience it through your body, then you tap into that power, and then it's so delicious. It's so yummy. So the way you can do it is to stand up, call in this energy. I love to invite my clients to give names to those 4 archetypes, because then you can play with it so much more. So for example, my divine feminine is Cleo, as in Cleopatra, because my wounded feminine is Lola. Like Lola is acting out again, my divine masculine is Jack. I just feel like Jack is powerful, Jack is present and grounded and loving and sexy. And my wounded masculine is Bob. Like Bob is always working so hard. Bob is annoying. But obviously I try to be nicer, having a nicer self-talk with those energies, because, it's not empowering to resent any of them, even if some of them are really like not comfortable and not super fucking cool. Anyway, experiencing those energies in your body. You stand up, you put some music on. I have different playlists in Becoming Her. I have Becoming Her and Becoming Him, that are 2 playlists to like navigate between the flow of energy. And you dance or you move or you talk or you make sounds that are connected to how those energies feel like in your body. And the thing is, if you're not super familiar with this work of embodiment and it doesn't come naturally, remember that the energy is more of allowing what's already existing more than doing anything. So it's more like, okay, you call in that energy. I'm gonna embody Cleo. How does Cleo move? What is this? How does it feel in my body? How is, even talking about it, I'm getting like, my body just I open, I want to move my hips, I feel connected to my pussy and my pleasure. It feels good to be in my body, it feels good to be around my heart. I feel this opening of my shoulders. I feel like I just want to lean onto something. I just want to have my head back. And if I'm calling in Jack, my grounded divine masculine, it feels, I don't want to move that much. I don't want to be flowing that much. I want to feel firmly rooted. I feel my sit bones on the earth right now. Even though I'm not even standing up, I can still play with that embodiment practice. I feel, my shoulders are like back, like I'm lifting my chin a little, but I'm present. I feel there is a sense of control more in my muscles, I feel like I want to walk in straight lines. I want to have that sense of direction. I know where I'm going. I'm strong. I'm solid. You can trust me. I feel very protective as well. I feel like if anything comes here, I can like I have strong boundaries. And then I think about Lola, my wounded feminine, and I want to act out. I want to like kick something, and I'm just and I'm needy, and I want to complain, and I want to contract my body, and I just want to talk really fast and just be excited and be scattered everywhere because I'm really chaotic and I want to feel it all and it's intense, and I just and my cat doesn't like it because she just left. And if I'm embodying my wounded masculine Bob, I'll be like, because I want to work. All I want is to work. I'm like a little rat. I don't want to live. I don't want to experience any of my emotions. I'm rigid and I'm hard on myself, and everything is contracted as well, but in a very forceful way. And I want to dominate. I want to be better and more competitive than everybody. So bring those energies into your body. That's what I'm talking about. You can play with that. It's actually very, very harmful and very healing. So, step 1, commitment. Step 2, feel it in your body. Step 3 is build a relationship. So you want to engage. Think about a relationship with someone else outside. It's no different for yourself. The way you build those relationships, the way you build inner union is by spending time with it. It's dating yourself, dating your inner masculine, dating your inner feminine, spending time flowing and calling their names so they come into your experience, and establishing that connection, that relationship. The way I love to see it, and the way that really works for me, is imagining that I've built that strong ability to hold myself, to not self-source, and when I'm lost and confused and there's no one I can lean on, I can lean on myself. And I've practiced that with building self-trust through commitment and discipline. Discipline is a big one that can help you to really step into your divine masculine. Doing what you say you're gonna do. Showing up for yourself. But really, the number of time that we say we're gonna do something, I'm gonna quit smoking, I'm gonna start going to the gym, I will call my mom more, I will do this, I will do that, and we don't actually do it, we don't show up for it. That erodes our self-trust, and that really makes a weak inner masculine. Think about it outside as well. Just think about the kind of people that you can trust, the kind of people that feel grounded and mature. This energy of feeling grounded, rooted, is very important for my inner masculine. So, firmly planted on this earth, not flying over there, not, just right here, right now. The ability to hold space, to be the container. I've built that ability within myself, in my inner divine masculine, so that I can spend more time, because my feminine now is safe and supported, because from my masculine I have strong boundaries. I know where I'm going, I know what I love, I know what I don't want. I am protective of myself and my own energy, so that my inner feminine, she feels so safe, so protected. She knows where we're going. She doesn't have to think about it. She can be creative. She can be open to receive the pleasures of life, because this is safe. When I didn't have that part yet, yes, I was in my feminine a lot. Yes, I was loving, creative, whatever, but this energy was so not contained. It was really scattered. An image that I really love and that we use a lot in tantric teachings or in all of those polarity work is that the feminine is like the river, because she flows, she's the water, she is flexible, and the masculine represent the banks of the rivers, so it contains that water. Otherwise this water will go everywhere, and it's solid, and it gives that sense of direction to the water. So maybe that's something you can use too in your imagination, so that you connect with those forces and energies within yourself. I just think that it's just a powerful work you can do for yourself, and eventually you can even decide that you will also marry yourself and make a little ceremony out of this, intentionally coming into full love and full union. That was a little introduction to those two principles and how they play a role within ourselves. That work helps you so much to also understand polarities when it comes to relationships. But you don't have to be in relationships to do this work. Actually, it's super powerful when you're single, because you can be both of those energies within yourself. It's a big reclamation of your power. you will feel so whole and complete. It's very supportive of your self-love too, because you learn that. Remember that it's a journey. You don't have to get it all right now. See where are your strengths and your weaknesses. See where you love to spend more time. You know, a lot of people out there on the internet tells you that you have to be balanced, you have to be in equilibrium. And even though I also believe in that to some extent, I do think it's okay to have a predominant energy. It's okay to want to spend more time in your feminine or time in your masculine. And as in everything else in life, you will fluctuate. Some moments of your life you really want to have your masculine come forward. Maybe you're building your business and you need to show the fuck up. Maybe you need to be rock solid to hold someone in your life that needs you right now, and you need to be that strong masculine force, grounded and holding space for someone. Maybe you're trying to achieve a specific project and you really need to have that focus, and that energy needs to be predominant in this moment of your life. And maybe it has been so imbalanced for so long that now you actually need to balance it out, to spend more time listening to your emotions, to spend more time in your pleasure, in connection, socializing, connecting with other beings, feeling that energy of love and pleasure and inspiration, letting go of the rigidity of the masculine to tap into the flexibility of the feminine. No matter what it is, it's okay to sometimes have predominance if they don't last too long, and also to understand that it's, again, always a dance, and when they come together in inner union, they're always working together. So it's not like, oh, in the morning I'm in my feminine and in the evening I'm in my masculine. It's like they're always together. I'm in my work, I'm showing up, I'm behind my screen. I have a purpose, I have a direction, I know what I'm doing. But at the same time, still at my desk, still doing the things I need to do. I feel into my body and my breath and my pleasure, and I'm inspired, and I let life happen through me because I'm in receiving state of inspiration, and I work with my intuition, and I'm in tune with my colleagues or my team and what they need from me. It's all those things, you know, it's how they work together. And maybe I'm socializing, I'm with friends, so I'm in my feminine, I'm in that exchange, connection with others, and that sweetness and that softness. But at the same time, my masculine is still here too, to have boundaries when I need to express, hey, that's a no, or I need to respect my time now and I need to leave and go home. Whatever it might express, when they come together, this is really when you start to really thrive as a whole, complete human being, because you don't have that strong imbalances anymore. So again, just explore, see how it feels, invite those energies to come through you so that you can taste what they feel like. Remember to be kind and compassionate to yourself, no matter how that actually looks like for you. I know it's very different for everyone, but just give yourself grace and permission to test things out and to explore and to be curious. And let me know if you want me to record a whole story about how I actually got to marry myself, all of the rituals that I have done, and the different steps and initiations that I've came through. And I think I even have a few of videos somewhere about the ritual and all of that. So let me know if you want to hear more, and don't forget that you can download your free ebook in the description below. That will help you both in your feminine and your masculine.